TikTok just made a huge change to the algorithm. Here's everything I know about it. The other day, I got a notification on one of my TikTok accounts that said, get boosted views on 1 minute plus videos in landscape mode. Once I clicked on the notification, it broke down all the requirements to get boosted views when you use this new landscape mode feature. And I'm gonna get into all those requirements today. But make sure you stick around because I'm also gonna be explaining why TikTok is doing this and why it's such a huge opportunity for creators. And I'm gonna be providing a step-by-step tutorial where I share my phone and show you how to actually create videos in this landscape mode and the settings that you need to have in place in order to get the boosted views. So let's dive into this new feature and the requirements to be able to use it. So the notification says video view booster, post videos over 1 minute in landscape or horizontal video to get increased views. Now this feature is being rolled out slowly and you may not have gotten this notification, but that doesn't mean that you can't use the feature. I'm actually going to explain how to do it later in the video. But they go on to say that the number of boosted views may change based on a number of factors such as the video quality in your follower account, and that landscape videos where the width is greater than the height and are over 1 minute in length are the only ones eligible to increase these or to get these increased or boosted views. Now this is pretty cool because most of the time when you are on a social media platform and they roll out a new feature, they are going to push it, but they don't always go right out and say it and make it so clear about what you need to do in order to be eligible. Now they do have two footnotes here. The first one is that increased views from the video view booster using this landscape mode are not going to be eligible for the Creativity Beta program. And that's okay because like I've been saying a lot on the channel lately, you aren't always trying to make videos just to make money. Some of them are just to get growth, to grow your following, to get new eyeballs on your content. And that's why things like the short 7-second video with the text on screen and the trending sounds are still relevant today, even as the platform is moving toward longer form content. So don't be discouraged by the fact that these can't make money, because if they bring a bunch of new eyeballs that are then watching your other videos that are monetized, it's going to help. The other thing to keep in mind is that the videos may not get boosted for up to 72 hours according to TikTok. So I don't want you to get stressed when you're not seeing massive views right out of the gate, kind of like we're conditioned to seeing on TikTok. Now there are some pretty clear requirements about what videos are eligible for the video view booster. And the first one is that you have to have been a creator on TikTok for more than 3 months. Now there doesn't seem to be any kind of follower requirement. So as long as you've been posting long enough, I would go ahead and try and use this feature. The other requirements to make it an eligible video, it needs to be longer than 1 minute, it needs to be in landscape or a horizontal video. And they're also saying that videos that consist of lip syncing or just random recordings are going to be less encouraged. They're really pushing the educational or entertaining content here, not the lower quality content. Videos also have to follow the community guidelines, duh. And so if you're one of those people that keeps getting the ineligible for the For You page notification, like you really need to figure out what you're doing wrong before you try to use this, or you're just gonna have the same problem. Now, this is a key part. It says we only allow original content. Videos are considered ineligible if they violate someone else's intellectual property rights, or copied from others with the original watermarks, or reproduced without any creative changes. And so what this really means is that like if you are clipping sports highlights or podcasts, then you're not eligible to use this feature. They want original content that was created by the person that's actually posting it. And so for those of you that are coaches or educators like myself, this is a huge opportunity because they are limiting the competition of who can use this feature, and you are the ideal market. Now, another thing, the videos cannot be ads. They can't be from government, politician, or political party accounts, so politics are out. And in a really surprising move, they actually suggest that you use the hashtag longer videos when you post these kind of videos. And so we always say that posting things like hashtag FYP does not help you. I think you really want to use your hashtags to help indicate to the algorithm like what the content is about. But in this case, you can put hashtag longer videos to help signal to TikTok like, hey, I have one of these horizontal videos, use the video view booster. You can also see here at the bottom that there is a setting for the video view booster. It needs to be turned on. You can opt out of it if you want, but that would be crazy because they're free views. And so basically you are going to be automatically eligible, like the videos are going to get boosted as long as you meet the requirements I just went over. So why is this happening? Why is TikTok doing this, especially when there are so many users on the platform? They're just outraged that they are pushing horizontal video and are like, how dare you try to be YouTube? We're TikTok. This is how we do things. And at the end of the day, like any social media platform, it all just comes down to money. TikTok is trying to do its best to compete with YouTube to be the platform for creators. They don't want multi-platform creators. They want everyone posting everything here. So instead of being a TikTok creator and a YouTuber like myself, they want me to be able to bring all of my content to their platform and not be a one-stop shop that serves all of my needs and brings me in the income, the traffic, and the leads and everything that I need for my business. And it's not just about the creators. Every move that TikTok makes is about keeping the users on the app for as long as possible. That way they watch more video and they're able to serve them more ads and and make more money. And TikTok also knows that those of us that have been on the platform for a while are getting tired of the constant sponsored posts, ads, TikTok shops, the series promotions, and all of the things that we are seeing in the feed that aren't content. Especially because even with that massive increase in ads that we are seeing on the For You feed, TikTok is still struggling to compensate creators and kind of compete with YouTube, really. And yes, TikTok does have the creativity beta program, but it doesn't pay out nearly as much as the YouTube partner program does. RPMs on TikTok can range anywhere from 20 cents to $3, but most TikTok creators are actually earning less than a $1 RPM. And if you don't know what RPM means, it's just like how much are you getting paid for your video to be served to 1,000 people. So while TikTok creators are getting 50-cent RPMs, YouTube creators are getting between $5 and $20 RPMs for their videos. And just to put that in perspective to you, to give you some solid numbers to see this, I've had an $11 CPM here on this YouTube channel over the last 28 days. That means I've made $2,037 from 194,500 views. If I got the same number of views on TikTok with a 50-cent RPM, that would mean that I'm only making like $97.
You serious?
So in order for TikTok to stay competitive and get the best creators on their platform, they need to pay more. And on top of that, by encouraging creators to post in landscape mode, TikTok is actually inviting all of these big YouTubers to bring their content over to TikTok. And in some cases, to give their videos a second life by being able to repost them. More importantly, TikTok is opening the door for mid-roll ad placements like we have on YouTube, which means that they're going to be able to make more money from advertisers, pay their creators more, and it's going to be less disruptive in the feed than what we're currently seeing. So they're really killing two birds with one stone, paying the creators and giving you a better user experience. And we know that this new feature is important to TikTok because they have flat out said, we will pay you if you use the new feature. So I don't want you to ignore this landscape mode feature as the next fad or flavor of the month thing on TikTok, because they're clearly going to keep doing this. You need to start adding landscape video to your content strategy. And that doesn't mean every single day, but you should at least be doing it 1 to 2 times per week. And I'm going to show you exactly how to post those kind of videos. There are actually 2 ways to do landscape mode video. That way you actually get the full screen button below your video on TikTok. And you can do it inside of the app itself, or you can do it outside of the app. Now, the easier way is to actually shoot the video horizontally on your phone and then to upload it to something like CapCut. And then once you import your video on a CapCut, you're just going to drag it down here. And generally what's going to happen is whatever the aspect ratio is of your video, when you drop it down on CapCut, that becomes the aspect ratio of any video that you put in there, whether you're mixing horizontal or vertical video. But if you want to just be careful, you can actually go to this ratio button and set it to 16:9, which is the ratio that you're going to need in order to use this feature. Once you're done editing and you export the video, you can just upload it to TikTok. It's automatically going to get that full screen mode button underneath the video. Now, the other way to do this is actually inside of the app, and all you got to do is go to create a new piece of content, a new video, and then you are just going to, rotate your phone and you're going to hit record and you're going to start talking into the camera and doing your content like you normally would. And then once you're ready to go, you go ahead and end that video and you're going to go to the next screen, and you're going to see here that it's vertical, and like the video is vertical, but it's showing horizontal. And so the way that you fix this is you're actually going to go into the editor and you're just going to pinch the video. You're going to grab it, and first you select it, then you're just going to kind of pinch it and rotate it. This is way harder than it looks.
5 minutes later.
Okay. I cannot get this thing.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
There we go. Okay, so you've grabbed it, you've resized the video, you have the big black bars on top and bottom. You don't need to mess with the aspect ratio or anything at this point. You're just going to go ahead and save it. And if you want to add text to the screen, if you want to add auto captions, that's fine. Just make sure that when you're doing this and you type up, this is my title for your video or whatever it is that you do, that this needs to be on the screen. You can't put it up in the black spot or it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to post it as a landscape mode video. All the text needs to be on the actual video itself. And you can use auto captions as well. Just make sure same thing applies, has to be on the video itself within that border. Now, I have had clients message me and they didn't have the full screen mode button right when they posted the video. They were panicking, but it looks like there's just about a 5-minute delay about it. So don't worry, and you're not going to get the boosted views for 72 hours or up to 72 hours anyway. One last thing, it is important that you have that video view booster setting turned on, or you are not going to be eligible to get those extra views. Now, there's nothing in your settings where you can go back and find it. I looked, but what you can do is you can go into your feed, go to your notifications, and go down to system notifications. And if you just scroll all the way to January 29th, that was when the messages first started going out. You can see here, get boosted views on 1 minute plus videos in landscape. If you don't see it right there, you can keep scrolling up. But if you still don't find it in any of your notifications, I don't want you to stress about it. I still think you need to try the landscape video. I noticed the setting was turned on by default inside of my accounts and some of my client accounts. And I've also heard of a lot of people that didn't get the notification and were still able to get massive views when they posted landscape video. So give the feature a try and then let me know how it worked for you. Then I recommend you watch this video to learn how to make the algorithm love you and boost all of your videos.